Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach and I'm going to continue figuring out why my tests are failing. So let's come back into here. And part of it is that I realized on one of these I wasn't passing in the right method name, but that isn't the real reason. We're going to figure that out right now. Or not. Maybe what I need to do is be in debug mode. Okay. Maybe that's what I need to do. And then we have to wait for it to switch over and rebuild everything and blah, 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 blah. But once we get there and it finally exercises itself enough so that it actually gets into the debugger, like there. Okay. So we have, well, we should have a 1 here, right? Yes. Okay. So we get delegate parameter, and that is an int. And the first one is okay if I remember right. Yeah, that's just an A. Okay. So it shouldn't do anything, and this shouldn't do anything either. Okay, so now this is a ref int, and it should be a ref. So it does add a diagnostic. Okay, so it should have done this. Okay, so we do that, we got that. Expected 0 but was 1. So he still must be, oh. Yeah. Yeah, we're still adding it. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, we don't want to do that. This is a little blah, but in my morning brain, if not added, then we will finally add this. Okay, so. Okay, now let's come back here and let's run this. And we should see all passing now. And we see 2 that are still failing. Okay. That's fine. Why is this? It does do the ref struct thing right. And I also want to put a test in here where it's not being partially applied, because I just want to make sure that I have the math. What we want to say here is 3. This should be a happy path case. Do we ever just do a nice? We don't. Huh. Well, that sucks. It's equal to 1. Okay. And yeah, we want to actually have a, yeah, we do. Okay, we do. I was being totally stupid. That is fine. And we should probably do what we're doing here. Okay, so where do we have this? Out. There. This should be contains, and that should be 1. Okay, so now if I run this, I'll probably still get 2 that are failing, hopefully. And then we'll have to figure out why those 2 are failing. Okay, so those are still failing. Why are those still failing? That's, yeah, by out. Oh. It would help if I was actually passing in a value to partially apply. What do we get now? All passing. The key combination is, I've complained about this before, and I will complain about it again, is this thing, no, run all the tests. It feels like it's just kind of gone in the crapper, for lack of a better term. What, are you running? Did you do anything? What? And why are there these... What? I don't get it. Why is it... Like, why are these... That doesn't make any sense. Run all. Come on. You can do it. So you think there's 20, which there are, but then it doesn't do 9 of them. This is... I feel like something's really regressed with this. Okay, now it's... whatever. I had a thought recently of just doing something like... Oops, not that. Where I'm just down, I'll pin this down here, and I'll just keep the terminal open, and I just use the terminal to build and run and do tests and everything, and just use this to do a code editor, which at that point I'm like, I might as well just go to VS Code. Because I'm getting to the point where this is just, kind of being, even for me. And I just had this discussion with somebody else too recently, which is my personal feeling on Visual Studio is, while there are parts of it that I really like, and I'm also very comfortable with because I've used it for so long, I just know how to move around in things and get stuff done. But there's a part of me that's going, it's got 20 plus years of baggage, for lack of a better term, around it. And it is starting to feel, I can't put a concrete statement around what it is, but there's a part of me that's just saying, create Visual Studio.next or whatever. I get it's branding, I get it's all this stuff, and then all these people will be like, what, you're leaving us behind with this tool. But there's a part of me that just goes, build an IDE for how people build applications in 2020 and beyond, and support Visual Studio, put it on the support, path, make the IDE so it's familiar to people that have used Visual Studio, but stop with all that you've been building. And believe me, if I said this, I would hear all of the reasons and what I feel sometimes are excuses from Microsoft on why not to do that. But if you think about it, apps that have been around for 20 plus years, you can say, well, look at the accomplishment of that. We still have something that people are using 20 plus years later. Yeah, but how much of an albatross is it hanging around your neck to continue to do this? Again, it's easy for me to say this, not being a part of what I see internally, but I'm also getting a little frustrated with how things are working, and I can't quite put my finger on why some things just feel like just, ugh, and I hear, well, just go to Writer. Well, yeah, but no, I don't really see a need to go to as much as I said, Visual Studio next. Do something that's familiar to people to Visual Studio, but strip out all the baggage, all the extensibility, API. I've tried to make extensions and it feels like I go back 10 years. Just make it so it's something that is focusing on what developers need. And well, for me, it's .NET. I don't need it to support C++. I mean, that's just, don't need it. I personally don't need .NET framework support. I don't I don't know. I'm kind of rambling here. I need to build my own IDE because that's a successful thing. Okay, so we've done what we needed to do. We've created the diagnostics. Oh, I want to check one thing, which is when I'm doing this. Yes, I'm passing in the whole thing here. Though, yeah, that would actually be on the method definition itself. And we don't really want that. We can have n number of diagnostics tied to the one candidate here. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to say number 7 added diagnostics for the desired cases. Commit all, push. Okay. And then we want to say manage. No, I didn't do that right. Get manage branches. Did I push that? I did push it. I thought I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I did. Okay, so we're going to go to main here. We're going to make that. And then we're going to say merge this into main. Yes, we do. Okay. And then we're now in main, so we're going to run all of our tests just really quick to make sure that we didn't bust anything. Which we shouldn't have, but, you know, you never know. Right, right. Yes. And you're running. And now we're going to say push. And then that should be no longer outgoing. And we go, yes, okay, and now we can delete. And we can delete the branch from remote. Yes. Okay. So we've got that done. Okay. That's nice. That's nice. Let's close out the issue too before I forget. So if I refresh, I wish this would pop that in. Come on, signal R all the things. Okay, so we close that. That is good. So now we're down to 6. So now we need to do supporting non-standard functions, right? I'm debating rapidly in my head. Do I actually, well, I can start going down the path, right? So what is a non-standard function? Before I start the work, here's what a non-standard function is. It has more than 16 parameters. It has a ref or ref read-only return type. It has ref struct parameters that are not being partially applied. Okay. Because again, if you the struct thing or the span thing works if it's not being partially applied. If it is, then we're already catching that and it wouldn't show up. So at this point, we know that it's something we can do. It's just we can't do it the standard way of using funcs and actions. Okay. Also, side note, use target type new when we are creating the delegates to return. Okay. You need a space there. Yeah, you need a space there. It's funny that you don't need one here. Yeah, I guess this to me is consistent, and I'm happy with that. Okay, so this is number 3. Let's come into here and do new branch. 3 non-standard support. What are we calling this? Functions. Methods. Methods. Okay, create. So we are in there, and now we can go into the builders here and do standard delegate builder. And we don't need to put this in here. Okay, we can just do that because we know what the return type is, and we should just be able to say new. And that will read a little weird, but it's weird because it's new. No pun intended. No pun intended at all. But that came out funnier than I expected. Okay, so we have a custom delegate. Yeah, this is PartiallyApplied builder. So this is where, but yeah, I was thinking about this off camera a couple days ago, which is, do you pass the list of things that are information or the results and let them filter, or do you pass in a list of results so that you don't have to go through the list twice? You know, I don't know. I can see we're just letting them, because I think, if I remember, no, not that one. We want to do standard ones. Do we use this anywhere? Nope. All you do is get the list of what is standard. And then for each one, we're writing this code out. And there's no reason why we couldn't do this for, you know, say if it's standard, call this one. If it's not, yeah. We do want to get the list of distinct values though. Okay. So I think we want to say var results is equal to distinct. Okay. And then we want to say for, well, we can just say for each var result in this that distinct, if result dot target is standard, what the, oh, I didn't see that one. There we go. Else. Okay, so we're going to basically then call the standard delegate builder, passing in the result. Okay, so we're going to say here result, and we don't need to do this. There. Okay, and then that just runs it. Else, we're going to call custom delegate builder, passing in result. Hopefully this should work. And this feels a little cleaner because we're just going to blast through the list once and then result. Okay. Now I have to also make sure here that standard is actually standard. So yeah, if you're greater than this, we don't have to check for these though now anymore, but we do need, yeah, we do need to know. Okay, sorry, I was going through a couple things in my head. At this point, if you have a ref_struct parameter in your method, it's okay. I don't need to actually check if you're not partially applying it. I've already checked that. What I do need to say here, though, is if one of your parameters is actually the type, then you're not standard. Okay, so that's actually what I need to check here. Okay, and we do that here. So way down here we said is ref like type. Okay, type is ref like type. Okay, so yeah, that actually makes this. I could probably compress this a little bit cleaner and just say if there are any, if self.parameters.any type is ref like type, return false. And then it's a little bit less code. Okay. Okay. So now now we're doing that exactly the way we should be doing it. Which again, we do not care if you are partially applying it or not. If you get to this point, you would not be applying. And the only place this is being called is here. So we've already verified that it's a function that, or a method that we support. We just now need to know if we need to build a delegate for it or not. Okay. Yeah, I know what it means. Can we build apply using func or action? That's essentially what I'm trying to say here. Okay. So now I come into the custom delegate builder and yeah, I think this is going to be radically different than what I originally anticipated. Okay. But I'm kind of getting close to the end and I need to actually do my day job. So I'm going to stop for now. I might finish this off camera. I don't know. Depends on how I feel, but I am now at the point where I do want to put this on camera though, and see how I want to handle this and how I'm going to build it. So thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.